Good morning, everybody. Excuse my tardiness. It seems to be my brand these days. We are live from the Hive in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, where it is very cold. I was looking at some of the comments. I need to find where my phone went. It's cold other places too, I guess. So we're not lucky. And I feel sorry for everyone who is dealing with this cold. It is -10, I think, with a feels like of -35 or something like that. Lo and behold, that means no school for the boys. You know, they don't do no school on a day that I teach, but whatever, it's all good. So shout out to Mom and Dad for watching the boys for me so I could make some cards with you today and get some things accomplished because I don't have internet, guys. It is 2025. Everything on Earth requires internet. And I have been without for 3 weeks. Not only have I been without for 3 weeks, I was like, okay, well, you know what? I have a phone, and my phone can hotspot. Well, I burned through all of that data, and now not only can I not hotspot anymore until the next billing cycle starts, which I don't know when that is. Don't trust me, I'm looking into it. But I also have low speed, regular connection on my cell phone. So anything that I need to like Google or randomly look up or schedule or reply to an email is super slow. So I am like pulling my hair out. And I don't know. I'm on the list for fiber. They came and surveyed 2 months ago about where the line was gonna go, and I just keep getting non-answers. So it's rough. We're like rough sledding here. But anyways, so don't mind the chaotic mess of me right now, but we're getting there. So today we have kit class, and today we are making the Brightest birthday kit, which is cards. Last week we made some other birthday kit that was gift card holders and gift bags, and then today we are following up with the other birthday kit that is making cards. So let me see if I can figure out this phone, because I don't know where my phone is. I am literally a hot to trot mess right now. So let's see here. There's gotta be YouTube. See, okay, here we go. Fiddler on the Roof. That's not quite it. Let's X that out. Oh, not mystery card making night. Sorry, that's not what we need. We need Brightest birthday kit class. That's what we're doing. Hey, there I am. Okay. Yes. Woohoo. Hello from Kansas, where it's very cold. Raining in Florida. Kansas City, Missouri. Bitter cold in Ohio. North Dakota is extremely -2. -8 and -27 wind chill. Yeah. So it's yes, -8 and -10 or whatever we have is cold. But dang, it's the wind chill. Good morning, stay warm and make cards. It's not snowing, that's good. You are correct, it is not snowing. We have not had a large amount of snow. It's just been a lot of cold. It could always be worse. You are absolutely correct, Julie. Get to play with pretty paper, absolutely. Okay, so now look it. I found the internet here. And I'm like, I'm like a child in a candy store. I will say this, okay, so quick little side step. I am so proud of my children who, yes, like every child in the world is obsessed and like transfixed with the internet. Yes, every day they ask, have you heard from the internet people? But every day we still don't have internet and they are still surviving. Now, they have started playing their Switch more and things that don't require internet. But also, they've started doing so many other things. And I think I'm not necessarily going to tell them when the internet comes back. Because I am so proud of them. And it has really been positive in that way. See, there's always a silver lining. So anyways, back to what we're here for, and that is to make cards. So we have the Brightest birthday kit. It was one of 3 kits. Oh, Ontario. I'm guessing that's even colder than where we are. It is one of 3 kits that were released in January of 2025. We did one last week. Like I said, it was also a birthday themed kit, but that kit was gift tag. No, my goodness, my brain just farted. It is gift card holders and gift bags. Move into the hive. I agree. Like, let's just do that. There's internet here. Now this kit is, I think, 3 each of 3 designs of cards. And then last but certainly not least, next week we have more cards, and that is going to be, I think they're thank you cards. So 3 kits this month. That is a new, and usually it's been 1 or 2, and now this month we have an extra. Okay, so Brightest birthday kit, we have 3 card designs, and we are making 3 of each of them. And I am seeing here we have Azure Afternoon is our Stampin' Spot. We also have some stamps. There should be a slip in here that shows off. Oh, and we get a block. So this is an all-inclusive kit, so great for everyone, including new stampers who maybe do not have any or many supplies, because you get absolutely everything you need. I'll bring that scissors back out. So if you have no supplies, this kit gives you everything you need to make 9 cards and to help you build up your inventory if you are looking to get into card making. So that's a great thing. Comes with parent tape, some party dots, and the block. If you watch me for Paper Pumpkin or for any of my kit classes, here's my disclaimer. You can kind of blur me out for a while you hear it again and again and again. But this kit does come with a block. I like to bring in my own D size block. We sell them at Stampin' Up. It's just a little thicker and it's got rounded edges, so it's more ergonomic, easier to hold on to. But if you don't have this block or any supplies, it gives you what you need to be successful in making these projects. I also like to bring in my own Stampin' Pad, because the Stampin' Up classic Stampin' Pads are foam and have a larger stamping surface or inking surface, whereas the Stampin' Spot is smaller and is fabric. I like the feel and usage of the foam pad better. However, again, if you don't have Azure Afternoon, you get what you need. So there's my disclaimer about why you saw me bring in my own supplies. Okay, unpacking the box. We have some mats with candles with iridescent flames. We have some mats with stars of a greenish color. We'll figure out what the colors are in just a minute. We have a mat with beautiful little dots around the edges and balloon strings that are iridescent. We have some dimensionals. We have corresponding envelopes. Oh, I love this. So these envelopes have candles along the bottom with the iridescent flames. Wow, pop of color on the inside. That's cool. This envelope has balloons along the side with iridescent stars. And this envelope has stars along the bottom with some iridescence as well. So holy shnikes, these are beautiful. Y'all know, if you have crafted along with me either during kit class or Paper Pumpkin, that I don't like letting designed envelopes go to waste. I likely use those pieces to create alternatives. Now, kit class, we don't do alternatives because, well, let's be honest, if you don't like the kit, you're not going to buy it. Whereas Paper Pumpkin is a surprise. Over the years, Stampin' Up! Has done really well kind of giving clues and hints as to what's coming in the kit, so you can pause or unsubscribe if you don't want that kit or that theme, or sometimes it's not cards, it's a project. So Stampin' Up! Has gotten better over the years, but because you don't know what you're getting until you get it, that's why we do alternatives. Whereas if you don't like, or you're not a huge fan of what's in the kit, this is something you purchase, so you don't need to purchase it if you don't necessarily like it. The other difference in kit class is we will do all 9 of these cards. Instead of, whereas Paper Pumpkin will do 1 of each of the cards, we like to show off how quick and easy it is to take this kit from opening the box to completing all of the projects. So that is the difference between the kit classes and the Paper Pumpkin classes. So back to unboxing. We have card bases. So we have 3 of each. Oh, and we got some fun things tucked inside. So we've got, I'm guessing Daffodil Delight, Azure Afternoon, and I still have yet to figure out what this color is. We'll get that in the instructions in just a minute here. Now we have holographic elements. We have an ice cream cone, we've got some balloons, we have some tags, and then we have some tags for stamping, as well as some baby presents. Oh, these are stickers too. Super cute. Okay, then here are our stamps. So we have Happy Birthday, Celebrate. Now these are on a little bit of an angle. You'll see here we have kind of rounded tags that we're going to be stamping on. Happy birthday, celebrate, enjoy your day, birthday wishes, a balloon, a star, and a cluster of stars. Okay. Move that off to the side. Here's a lay flat of all of the things that we just worked through in unboxing. Kit components contains supplies for 9 cards and 9 envelopes. Coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors, we have Azure Afternoon, Berry Burst, Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight, Lemon, Lime, Twist, and Pool Party is the mystery color that I couldn't identify. Also holographic elements. So, the first page shows what pieces go with what component, or it's like, what components go with each card. So the first card is the yellow card with the balloons. The second card is the Pool Party card with the ice cream cone. And the last card is going to be our candles. So loving it. When I do kits, I typically like to do all the stamping right away. So I'm probably going to start with that. So let's get out. I'm gonna see what we need for each of these. So for the first card, we are stamping, oh, okay. So when they have stamping elements, typically they give you an extra in case you make a mistake or are very crooked on something or anything like that. So we do have 4 mats here, and we are only making 3 cards. Now I'll stamp up the additional mat because it can obviously be put on a Daffodil Delight, I think was the color it was, card base, and boom, you've basically got a free card, so that's cool. You will have to get creative with a couple of the elements that there aren't multiples of. So nice to see, quote unquote, you too, Tyra. Okay, so I don't know. I'm doing a bad job organizing myself this morning. Okay, so we are going to be stamping Enjoy Your Day on the inside of the card base. We're going to be stamping some stars on the light blue balloons, and then we're going to be stamping a blue balloon onto the middle here. I do like to stamp off the quote-unquote stickiness of a brand new set of photopolymer stamps. So I'm going to do that first. Typically I'll do that on a piece of scrap paper. Here's kind of hear that stickiness, and sometimes that prevents the ink from sticking very well. So the Enjoy Your Day does fit on your D-size block, but to get it to fit comfortably, I like to mount that one sideways. Okay, so we're gonna start with the inside of the card bases. I'll burnish these when we actually make the card. All right, well, there you go. Azure Afternoon, what a beautiful blue color. It is one of my favorite Stampin' Up! Colors, although it is so very hard to choose. Okay, Enjoy Your Day is just going to go centered left to right in the top third of the inside of your yellow card base. Okay, so first of all, that is crooked. Second of all, when I was tapping on the stamp pad, I got a little bit of blue on my finger, and that went onto there. So, oops, it's homemade. Oh, geez. Okay, enjoy your day. That one's more straight. Okay, we'll get out our chamois. Even seasoned stampers like me, I have been stamping and making cards for 20 years. Still make little boo-boos every once in a while. But I love kits. They are one of my favorites because I am in a season of life where I enjoy crafting and I enjoy making cards, but I just don't have the capacity to do it a lot or to do something that takes a lot of time. And a kit takes a lot less time and mental energy than a stamp set and paper and all that fun stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I love designing cards. It is so fulfilling and relaxing. However, it's just a season of life that I am, going through with having children and all that stuff. So I love sitting down with a kit and having quick and easy, beautiful cards with character. Oh my goodness, I love that. Quick and easy, beautiful quality cards that, it's about sending the card and brightening someone's day, and you can still fulfill that mission by using a kit card. I know kits aren't for everyone, and I will say this. The card classes that Chris offers are as close to a kit as you can get, because you get the whole shebang, all die cut, all instructions, live video, beautiful, ready to go. So I love those just as much as these, to be honest with you. She spoils us, she really does. So you'll see that I mounted the stamps that I need for this particular card onto, I did use the block that came in the pack. Everyone likes Happy Mail. You are so right. When I open the mailbox and I see a nice thick A5 card, I know that it's someone's hard work right in my mailbox. Trying to send joy and lift me up, or, wish me well for something, or, it's beautiful. Woohoo! Julie has her first package from Chris out for delivery as we speak. You are going to get so much joy when you open that package. It is welcome to the community. Okay, so I was talking about the blocks. Oh my goodness gracious. See, now, they gave us an extra, and this is why. I pushed a little too hard there, and yes, this is a card with character, and yes, I could probably fudge that or fix it or cover it or something. But that's why they give you an extra, because just like you and me, we all make mistakes, and now that's going to be my extra. And you'll see me, you know what? I think I'm going to keep this open because I'm going to stamp through the rest of the stamping elements. That is one of the beautiful things that Stampin' Up! Does, is gives you supplies for the oopsies, because they happen. Now, I was saying I mounted all of my stamps for one card on the same, like at the same time, so I could just keep going through. Now I'm going to take a break and go ahead and take the stamps, clean them, put them back on the carrier sheet. I don't exactly know what this thing would be called. And then move on to the stamps for the next card so that I can just keep rolling with all of the color and the messiness. I mean, not that it's that messy, but all at one time, so I don't need to worry about getting into stamps once I'm into the creation phase. Again, this happy birthday, so now we're on to card 2 just for stamping. The happy birthday is just about the exact length of a D-size block, so I like to mount those diagonally, so that they have a little bit more room, so to speak. Okay, so for the second card, this is the only stamping that we have to do. So we need to pull out the diagonals again, not diagonals. I am just like a cluster this morning. Excuse my inability to speak. The banners, again, we've got 4 of them in case we have any oopsies. Okay, so happy birthday. We've got 1. 2. So that one's a little high. So now if I don't quote unquote mess up any of the others, I will likely not use that one. Also, another thing that I like to point out is I am stamping it while it's still on the piece, on kind of like the carrier sheet. I haven't punched them out yet because it's easier to move the whole sheet than just to move the tiny little banner to get it to center or to fit. Okay, that one's pretty good. That one's a little high as well, but not quite as high as this one. So now I'm going to punch these out so that I know which 3 I'm going to be using, and then we're going to move on to the next stamp, which is birthday wishes. And that's going to be on this same page here. It's going to be in the white tag with the dots around it. So far, I'm 2 for 2 in needing the extras. Okay, so we're gonna clean up the happy birthday and then birthday wishes. This kit is fantastic because one of the most common types of cards that we need are birthday cards. Obviously, we have occasions all over the board. But birthday cards, everyone has a birthday, right? So it's nice to have a kit that either you can go ahead and make 9 birthday cards in one swoop, or you can make them as you need them. Both are options. And now we're doing birthday wishes. And next week's kit is thank you cards, which is probably the second most necessary card. So January's kits are hitting it out of the park. All right, so let's finish up that stamping. I'm going to, so I'm going to start down here because I'm primarily right-handed, so I don't want there to be ink on these when I'm centering. Okay, birthday wishes. I love the font on this birthday and enjoy, and I love the font pairings that they have. Beautiful designs. 2. 3. And 4. I think I did that one well. I don't think any of those are quote unquote junk. I'm like, I don't know. I think they're okay. All right. Like to clean our stamps right away and get them out of the way, just so that you don't lose them. I have done that when I'm not diligent about putting my stamps away right away. They get just mixed into the project and get stuck to something, and then all of a sudden I'm missing a stamp. And B, it's nice to get the ink out of the way because ink is messy, and that's a surefire way to get fingerprints on your projects. Okay, so this part of the kit is now done. I don't think we need stamps, blocks, or ink for anything else. So I'm now going to move that out of the way. I'm also going to punch these out so that I can get the carrier sheet out of the way. Less is more. Okay. Now that we have all of our stamping done, I'm going to go back to the instructions for card 1, and we are going to start making our card. So we have the yellow card base already started because we stamped in it. So now we just need to bring out our bone folder and burnish the edges. Okay. Now, all the stamping is done, so we can bring these 4 back in. We're obviously going to discard the one that got a little janky. Now, next is dimensionals. So in the instructions, these little hexagons are where they suggest that you put the dimensionals. Now, I typically like to be generous with my adhesives because the last thing I need or want is any of my cards falling apart. But also, this is a really big piece, and that just doesn't seem like enough coverage to really secure it, but also like keep it from being wobbly. So I typically am going to err on the side of caution and use more dimensionals rather than less. Now I also have the luxury of having supplies available to me. So if I run out, it's not that big of a deal because I can just grab some additional supplies that I have. But I'm going to use more dimensionals than they are calling for. Also, fun fact, you can always cut the edges. So that's how many dimensionals I'm going to use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 compared to 2, 4, 6. So it just definitely is going to be a stronger hold. You can also cut the edges of the dimensional sheet, which will allow you to have additional dimensional material. Now, the best part of all of this is having to take all the dimensional backs off and getting them straight into the garbage so that we don't have any dimensional clutter, because that always seems to happen. Okay, and then after this, we are putting 3 additional balloons on, as well as the laser cut gift cover. Now, this is straight, so we want to try to get this on as straight as we can. All right, so now that we have the mat on, next we need to get our balloons. So we have what I'm assuming is Berry Burst. Oh, come on. Calypso Coral. Vibrating, which means my phone must be somewhere in this chaotic mess. Oh, silly me. It was a bit to get the boys and myself ready this morning without the routine of school. We slept in, which was nice. But then we had to get everything packed up to take them over by Grandma's house. Okay, so the cones are not necessary yet, so we'll move those to the side. We're gonna put a dimensional on the back of each of these balloons, and then we're gonna stick them all on. So just 1 dimensional per balloon, that sounds perfectly reasonable to me. Okay, so the purple one, excuse me, the Berry Burst one goes upper left, excuse me, upper right. Oh my goodness, I think my brain is on break. The Lemon Lime Twist goes upper left. And then the Calypso Coral goes low. So that's that. Then we'll add the package on and we will be smooth sailing. How's Mom doing? Awesome. I will address that as soon as I got these, as soon as I'm in a little bit more of a groove. Mom was diagnosed with cancer in her liver, in the bile duct of her liver. She had surgery before Christmas. They took out the bile duct and the half of the liver that was attached to it just to be preventative. She was down at Freighter for 2.5 weeks, which was a really long time. It was hard on the boys and I. I did get down to go visit her twice, but the boys did not get to visit her. So that was hard. She's home now, adjusting to needing to, she's got a bile bag right now to collect the bile that is not yet being reabsorbed by her body. That's the goal that we're working on, is getting her body to reaccept the bile. She's had appointments about 2 or 3 times a week. Okay, so now we are very gingerly peeling off the outline of the package and then sticking it right on the blue box at the bottom. Oh my goodness gracious, that is stunning. So there you have it. That's a finished card. So she's been having 2 or 3 appointments a week between Milwaukee and Fond du Lac. And then at the point that they're at now, they are trying to get her off the bile bag. And then once she's off the bile bag and her body is kind of closed up again, because right now, obviously, she has a hole where the drainage is coming out of, then they will start her on chemo. I don't know the logistics of that yet, but it sounds like it's going to be a long run of chemo. So maybe that means longer, lower dosage. I'm not quite sure. But that's going to be really hard on me and the boys because, I went from seeing Mom every day to when she's on chemo. Obviously, her immune system is going to be somewhat suppressed, quite a bit suppressed, so we will not get to see her, and from what I am hearing, that might be 6 months, and that is going to be extremely hard on the boys and I. So we're going to do what we need to do, get her better, grab your next pool party card base, and burnish the edges, but I also relied a lot on my mom for childcare. My boys Zachary's birthday is in just a week or so. He's going to be 7 and Jake's going to be 5 in April. Tyra, you are so right. That card is stunning. I love the iridescence and it's got so many layers and bright colors. That is an awesome birthday card. So that is going to be difficult for us. Like today, fortunately, Mom's not in chemo yet, so she's slowed down. She's getting used to being at home and kind of the newness of taking care of herself. And Dad is helping with that, which is wonderful. But she was at least able to take care of the boys, so I could sneak away when school was off. So I don't exactly know how summer is going to go, if she's going to still be in chemo, because she was my planned childcare, but we'll figure it out. Right now, the most important part is getting her healthy. Good news is they feel confident that they got all the cancer out. So basically it sounds like the chemo would be like preventative. Okay, so the star layer is getting adhered to the pool party card base. You saw me whip out my liquid glue. That is my adhesive of choice. It shows in the instructions to use tear and tape, which if you don't have liquid glue or you don't like liquid glue, they give you tear and tape. That's a perfectly great option. However, I like liquid glue, so I'm going to whip that out and use that. Thank you, Susan, and everybody, Tyra, everybody, for your care and concern with what we're going through. My mom is one of my biggest support systems, and I love her dearly, and this has just really shook my world. And Mom is also Christine's godmother. For those of you that don't know, Chris and I are cousins. My mom and her dad are siblings, and like I said, she's Chris's godmother, so she's very near and dear to all of us at Cards by Christine. Okay, so we get that stuck down. Oh my goodness gracious. You know what? I got too busy gabbing. I forgot to put the party dots on. So we've got Calypso Coral. I'm going to put one in between the Pool Party and Lemon Lime balloon. Cute. I have long nails, which are helpful, but sometimes don't work so well with embellishments. So we'll put that one there. Then we've got Azure Afternoon right off of the Berry Burst balloon. We'll put that here-ish. These party dots, or whatever they are called, embellishments, are very sticky. And then I'm guessing this is Pool Party, and that is going to nest with the Azure Afternoon just above the yellow balloon. So beautiful cards got even more pretty when we add some embellishments. Okay, back to the Pool Party cards. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness, this one gets a lot of embellishments. Okay. So we are going to take our ice cream cones. I feel okay with 3 dimensionals down the middle of this one. I do have mini dimensionals, so I might put a mini dimensional on each of the scoops just to, so it's not wobbly. But 3 is probably okay. Like I said, I just like to kind of overdo it with the dimensionals. I don't like to leave it to chance. And then we're also putting dimensionals on the back of the Happy Birthday banner. Thanks for hanging out with us, Susan. You can absolutely watch the replay and catch the last card. Okay, so then let's bring in the Happy Birthday banner while we're busy with dimensionals. So this is just the right size to fit a dimensional, and we're putting them on the far ends. Okay, so then the ice cream cone is going centered, and then we are going to put the banner over the top of the cone. It's interesting to me that this bottom swirl of ice cream has no sprinkles on it. I was wondering if we were going to be putting something on it, but it doesn't appear so. So, I don't know. It doesn't look bad. It just is, you know, interesting. One day and step at a time, we will all get through this. Continued prayers to you and your family. Thank you so much, Karen. And thank you for asking about Mom, because I know it's one of those things that it's like, okay, do you want to talk about it? Do you not want to talk about it? It's a tough topic, but the extra prayers and support is so appreciated. And I have gotten, I mean, obviously it's a sensitive topic and emotional, but I've gotten used to talking about it. And my boys, they don't know real much yet because, well, first of all, they're young, and second of all, it hasn't affected them too much yet. They know that Grandma was in the hospital for a long time because they didn't get to see her. They didn't get to see her around Christmas. She was in the hospital over Christmas, which was difficult. But they don't know real much about the cancer yet because we didn't know if she was going to be having chemo or not. And now that it sounds as though she's going to be, you know, now we'll lean into that conversation because obviously we will not get to see her for quite a, well, her or Dad for quite a long time. And then I'm sure Mom will lose her hair and all that. And so those will be things that are visible to the boys. So one step at a time with that as well. Okay, so now we are going to embellish. We've got Calypso Coral beneath the sentiment, on the top left of the sentiment, and just off of the cone. And then Azure Afternoon just beneath the H in Happy, and then 2 nestled up above the cone. So I am struggling. These, like I said, they're quite adhesive. So I'm struggling with the Take Your Pick tool, and even though my nails are ridiculously, they're not as long as they have been, so there's goodness there. But I seem to be doing better just placing them with my own fingers. Okay. Now, I haven't added Stella to any of these cards. Obviously, you can. We love Stella here at Cards by Christine, but I think I might just leave them because the iridescence in and of itself is absolutely beautiful, and I think that gives it just enough shimmer and shine that we don't really need Stella. I know, to say you don't need Stella almost sounds like a travesty. Okay, so that takes care of cards number 1 and 2. Last but certainly not least, we have the candles. I am so excited about the candles. They are beautiful. I mean, all of these are really, really pretty, but Okay, so we are going to bring in the Azure Afternoon Base and burnish just like all of the rest of them. And then, same deal with the card base. It's the same size as the other, so I am going to over support with dimensionals. So I'm probably going to do 3, 2, 2, and 3. I don't know. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. Birthday wishes also is going to be using dimensionals. So we are going to run short here. So this is where now I'll switch to my own supplies and the edges. Let's see here, this is the... So I like to just kind of cut at the peaks. And no one ever sees the dimensionals anyways, so who cares if they're little funky shapes? Okay. Make sure that that doesn't pop off the edge. All right, we'll come back to those when we need to put the banners on. I'll start with the funky one first. Like I said, my son's birthday is, let's see here, today is the 21st. His is the 30th. So he just asked me this morning, Mommy, how many more days until my birthday? He is so excited. He's turning 7. He loves sloths. He's obsessed with sloths. So we are having a sloth themed birthday party at my house. I'm inviting over all of his classmates, which is going to be amazingly fun and amazingly chaotic. That's this Saturday, so send love, support, and prayers my way, because I will need it. His godmother might be coming over to help me, which would be oh so helpful because, well, so first of all, I am a teacher at his school, so I know all of his classmates and they all know me, and that has been challenging in and of itself because they know me as Zach's mom from prior to me being a teacher. So the first grade class I struggle with a little bit because they have their way with me sometimes, and it's a very rowdy group of 7 boys and 2 girls. And they're like a family. It's incredible. I love it. I love that they are like a family. But, so it's going to be absolute pandemonium on Saturday. I'm so excited for it. Zach is so excited to have. He's had play dates with most of his friends, but not all of them. And definitely not all of them at the same time. So, you know, it'll be what it'll be. I'm so excited though, and he's excited to get some sloth presents. I'm excited. I have a wish list for him, and I put a bunch of sloth books on it. We went to the library the other week because it was Lego night, which is another hyperfixation of my son's. And so we went and we're like, hey, show us where Lego night is, but then also we're going to check out as many sloth books as you can come up with. So we have been reading, so now we have one extra, so let's ignore that. We have been reading sloth books. I also ordered a couple sloth books that had like sloth facts in it, which have been incredibly fun to read with the boys. Fun fact for all y'all that didn't know this, which is probably everyone, sloths can't fart. So we learned that. And as you can imagine, I have 2 sons, so that was like the best line in the whole book. And I'm telling you, there's like an 80-page book, and that's what stuck. So we are just so excited. I am a little apprehensive as well because I have a lot of things to do yet to prepare for said sloth party, but we're getting there. One day at a time. Okay, so dimensionals behind the birthday wish is the smaller of the hexagons, and then tear and tape, or of course I'm going to bring in liquid glue behind the entire shebang, and then that's just getting centered on top of the candlesticks. So I've learned so much about sloths, and for those of you that don't know anything about sloths other than they're quote-unquote lazy and slow, they are such cute, fascinating little animals. I challenge you to Google a few sloth facts in honor of my Zachary. And okay, here's another thing. International Sloth Day is October 20th, which Zach says, that's not that far away. Okay. Sure. So it was talking about how you can have a party or, support some conservation efforts to save the pygmy sloth, which is endangered. And so now he wants to raise money to save the conservation efforts for the pygmy sloth. I was like, you are such a sweetheart. He is. He is such a sweet, kind-hearted boy. I love both of my boys, obviously, but I love that boy to pieces. I have 2 sons too, even though they are in the 30, that's what they would remember too. So it's funny, I was surprised that they didn't run with that fact. Zachary didn't. He's the one who is ultra obsessed with sloths. Now, his younger brother, Jacob, is obsessed with sloths in a, my brother loves sloths, so I think it's cool kind of way, because he's the younger brother. Okay, so we've got Calypso Coral here, nestled with Pool Party there, and Azure Afternoon up in the top. But I asked Zach last night if he told his teacher, who also loves sloths, independently of Zach, she's new to our school this year, and she had sloths decorating her classroom and stuff like that. So, it was her own thing, not influenced by Zach. So I asked if he told his teacher that sloths can't fart, because, he has a classroom full of boys, and his teacher likes sloths, so, and he very sheepishly said, no, that's inappropriate. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're such a sweetheart. And I texted, so I also teach at that school, Art and Fayed. So I have his teacher's phone number, and I texted her and said that, and she just thought that was the funniest thing. Very, very smart for him not to say that, because his class, being a bunch of rambunctious boys that they are, probably could not have handled that fact. So he is very soft, tender, and perceptive. So I think he kind of maybe understood that. All right, so all of your cards are done now. You do have a couple extra embellishments, which is great. Here they all are. Let me know in the comments which one's your favorite. To me, man, they're all wonderful. And, oopsies, let me scooch this up a little bit. And because of the iridescence, it's extremely hard to choose. But I just love the candles. I don't know why. Oh, I have a cat. Interesting. Hi, kitty. I love the candles. Fun fact, my parents both combined worked over 80 years at an ice cream machine factory, like the place that makes soft serve ice cream machines. So like this like is right on brand. So I also really like that. And I also love, I just love them all. But I mean, the one with the candles is really speaking to me. And to be honest with you, the matching envelope, that's going to be a beautiful feature on a card someday that I make. I don't know how or why, but I'm going to cut that apart and use that. So if we're matching them up, which we should do. There, now you can see them all. So this is the, oh goodness, birthday wishes. Oh yeah, here we go. Brightest birthday kit. Available, it was released in January of 2025 through Stampin' Up. If you have any questions about how to purchase the kit, you can reach out to any of us at Cards by Christine. We're happy to help. Contact information is right over here. And I hope you have enjoyed this hour of creating the kits, creating the cards in this kit. And I am thankful to have this time with you and sending lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs your way. Have a wonderful day. Don't get too cold because it seems like it's cold everywhere.